today, we're Barry tomorrow, and you're watching Eric live on air.
So I am sitting here with...
I'm David, and I play bass.
I'm Adam, I play drums.
In the band.
Barry tomorrow.
And they are from Southampton, England.
That's right. That was a really bad English accent.
I didn't try to. I didn't.
To start an interview with mocking me is not going to be.
I couldn't. I would try, but like if I tried.
I think you should conduct the rest of this interview with a faux English accent.
You don't want to even hear that.
I think your listeners do.
No, I think I'll lose all my listeners. Where do you guys get your influences from to be in this type of band?
Our influences just come from. Like literally, we're a very diverse band in terms of what we listen to. Like we get influenced by so many different artists. It's unbelievable. You know, ranging from Metallica right up to new people like Partway Drive, August Burns Red. Like we tend to just draw in. Like if we hear a song, even if it's not a genre, we'll be like, I reckon we can do something like that. I reckon we can do something with that, and kind of like. And I think that's the only way to be able to make music that people actually, give a shit about, is to draw as many influences as possible.
What made you come over into the States? Like, did you just get like a big fan base where you kind of like people were saying, why aren't you here? Or was it just, obviously because it's a place to tour?
Realistically, it's because our album came out here. And we have a good fan base in England, we have a good fan base in Europe, and we just brought our album out here. And to be perfectly fair, no one in America knows who the hell we are. Like, we have to come out here and we have to put in the hard work, and we have to play tours like this to, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids every night, and hopefully some of them will turn around and become fans, and the next time we come out here, we'll come out for us and not for the other bands on the bill. We've been blessed to be on such an amazing tour for our first one. Every date's sold out. We're on a tour with some of the most amazing guys on the planet, and I couldn't feel more blessed to be on this tour.
You guys, let's say you had this exact same lineup over in the UK. Would you guys be basically like the headliners there, or would they still?
No, yeah, Attack are big all over the, all over the. People know they are all over the world because MySpace and things like that. I mean, I'd like to think that we'd be a little bit higher up on the bill, but either way, I don't think it would matter too much because, as far as we're concerned, if any of the crowd are going to be there to see you, then they'll be there if you're first on or third on. Yeah. You'll get the same. So it's not to, and England's pretty good at getting kids in big venues fast. And I mean, it wouldn't be the same venues; it'd be smaller venues, so therefore, it would fill up quicker. People would be able to see every band for definite. So the thing is, as well as in England, there's a lot less walkout. I mean, bills are organised here based on the fact that if you put a bigger band on first, then after that band have played, a lot of the kids are going to go home. In England, it doesn't really work like that. Like if you've got a strong bill and people have paid good money to get into that show, they're going to stay around to the end, just so they can go, well, I didn't like them and I didn't like them, but I still got my money's worth, kind of thing. Like it's that sort of attitude, and that's something that's very different in the scenes.
Where does the name Barry Tomorrow come from? See you again in the interview.
Ages ago, we were looking for a name. Basically, we were throwing around some ideas, and there was a saying, "Live for today, bury tomorrow." Just sort of like living for the moment, sort of taking every day as it comes, and just having fun. And we just sort of took the bury tomorrow part from that. And
where would you say you enjoy touring more? I mean, obviously it's been a short time in the US, and I'm assuming as soon as this tour is over, you go back home, or?
Yeah, after this we're home for a week, and then we go out to UK and Europe with Alessana, Scarlet Drive and Emerosa, so and that's for like another month or so. As far as which is better, I mean, each has its positives and negatives. Like, I mean, America, obviously it's sunnier, everything's shiny, and for us it's just like coming out here, you see a lot of new things, and we've had a great time meeting loads of new people, and we stick out like sore thumbs, which is quite funny. And obviously that helps you because we're English. It does have that effect on people, and they tend to give a shit a little bit more sometimes. So but the UK is our home, so it's kind of nice to play there, and we know some of the kids that come out, and we like to keep in touch with our fans, so we know a lot of the people that come to our shows, and it's more comfortable over in England, but not necessarily
we have to
better.
do less work.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like Jace doesn't have to sing half his words. I don't have to play half my bass lines.
We're not that big, but we have a good time. Yeah, I mean, there's positive news.
I think a fair judge of which I prefer will happen after we come out here again in June. Like,
you're going to be back out?
Yeah, because we'll have been out once, and then we'll be back, and then so, if we've got any fans, like obviously, like it was wicked tonight, there were kids up front who knew our words, and it felt like home again. Like, one thing about this tour, it hasn't felt like we're playing England. Like, even, like, I think it will get to a point where, like, fashions are the same in Europe, in England, in America. I'm assuming fashions are the same all over the world, but you can tell the difference just by the crowd reaction, and so I'm hoping that we can have a little slice of England next time.
I mean, the thing is, like for us, like, we haven't played to crowds this size in our hometown, really.
Okay.
Like, I mean, there's in England the gap between playing venues like this size, going from 400 caps to this size, is a bigger gap than here. Like, because it's a smaller country, there's less venues. To get to play venues like that, you have to be a much bigger band than what we are now. So we play to like 400 kids a night, like 400 or 500 kids a night, and it's wicked. But because this is the biggest tour we've ever done, this is always going to be the better tour, if you know what I mean. Because so we're not the best people to answer that question, because we haven't had exactly the same in both places. But still wicked.
What is the biggest tour, crowd you guys have had on this tour so far?
That would have been South by So What, which was like 3,000 or 4,000.
Yeah, that was an arena show. It was a festival with Suicide Silence headlining. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Was that like, I mean, did you, when you were about to go on, kind of peek out and just go, holy crap?
I think the thing is that we did that on the first night. Like, we get here, we play to like the maximum. We just played our leaving show in Southampton, which was to 700 kids, and we were like, wow, that was really big, that was really cool. And then all of a sudden we come out here, and on our first night we're playing to like 800-900 kids, and we were just like, whoa. But by the time we got to South by So What, we played to such big crowds that, quite honestly, when you're in a band, any more than 1,000 you can't see anyway.
Yeah.
So you might.
It all looks the same at that point.
At some point it all looks the same. So I kind of tell you, it wasn't any less scary. The scariest night on tour was the first night.
Yeah.
Like, and after that, you're just playing to where you can see on the lights.
Yeah.
Like, and that's how I dealt with
it. Obviously there was, when we got there, like before sound check and stuff, like walking around, like it was an arena, so
that's crazy.
It was literally insane. We were definitely blown away, and a little bit more nervous than what we normally would have been. It was cool, but I mean, when you're on stage, obviously you're focusing on what you're playing anyway, so there's not a lot. But definitely, as far as walking in, seeing the place, being with the bands that were playing it, there was some pretty high rollers there, so it was cool. It was a bit nervous, but it was a cool day.
I think that's what it's like with all venues. So you're a lot more intimidated by a venue when there's no one in it. Yeah. Because there's a lot of space. You see a lot of space, and you're like, this is massive.
Alright, well, Barry tomorrow. Check them out. Thank you again.
Boys.